Okay, here we are. It is the morning after. I have put the Karsten girdled lizards into their enclosure. This is what it looks like during the day. And I just want to kind of go around with some of the things that I put in here. Again, I will be adding a DIY make it yourself video going through the steps that I did, some more detail, but I just want to go over this a little bit just because I think it's kind of cool. So let's start at the bottom. I did add a little more soil this morning, and they have, you know, at max about 6 inches. You can see that there where the bottom is, but we have that much soil here. It's higher over here in this corner and then up there in the back. So before I even put any soil in, I put several rocks down as a foundation because these are burrowing animals, and I did not want to, like the Uromastyx, have them get crushed by a rock just by burrowing under it and it tipping over. So all of this has, all of these rocks have some kind of support system under them, and they will, there's not really any way for them to tip over. So I do have a couple of hides stuck around here. There's a big one down in there. We went over last night a little bit. It's quite big. It's packed down. If you can see down there, you can probably see my fingerprints from where I, was patting it down. There's tons of space under there. They have not gone in there one single time. There's also a smaller one up there. They would have to dig it out a little, but it seems like they like to do that, so maybe they'll find that and use it. And then I kind of have another little hide here. I don't know if you can see, there's a little white cricket in there covered in calcium dust. But let's see if we can... But it's pretty decent size, similar to over here. I have packed that down, and there's some space in there for multiple animals. They could also hide back behind there if they wanted, but I am learning that they don't really need hides all that much because they just dig. I can give you a little view. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a tail right there sticking out. And over here, underneath the fern, there's a little body right there. You can see a little patterning. I'm not going to mess with them too much. They're probably stressed out. But yeah, I've got 2 of them buried down there. I don't know where the other is. It may be buried up in the top where the pothos dirt is inside the tree. That's the last place I saw it. It hadn't burrowed at that point, but I haven't found it since. This morning it may be just buried somewhere down here with all the rest of them. But there are still 3 in here, and yeah. So outside of the actual rocks, which, by the way, this one is super good into place. It's not going anywhere. This thing will not fall. So the whole rock wall in the back is foam, which I've painted with dry lock. The flat portion is just like a backdrop from the Exoterra that the Uromastyx is in that I didn't use for it. And then I spray foamed around it to add some accents. And then the top ledge is also part of that Exoterra backdrop. On top of that, I obviously have a ton of dirt. This is a sandy topsoil mix. It compacts really well. It's got a little clay in it. It gets nice and dry on the top, but holds some moisture underneath, which these guys like. Apparently most burrowing animals like. So I have thrown some spinach or whatever, some of the stuff from the leafy green mix that I got. And dirty. And these ones down here haven't really been touched, but you can see up here the crickets that I put in there have been munching away at those pieces of spinach or whatever it is. Last night the pothos kind of looked a little droopy. I mean, they still look a little droopy, but they have recovered nicely. Looks like most of the leaves have taken on some water and are going to start bending towards the light here soon. There is a nice temperature gradient up here. I don't have a thermometer in here yet, I just set this up, but up here based on the feel it's probably in the 80s, high 80s, and then down here it's about room temperature in the 70s. I am getting another larger basking light for a little extra, power. Crickets are having fun. You can see this one chewing away at the old wood bark that I have here. This one's munching away at this leaf here. This one seems to be just relaxing. But there are several more in here, probably total about 15. And then to go with that, oh, there's another one hanging out up on top of the tree branch. Oh, there's a bunch of them up there. Looks like that one might have got stuck. What's going on with you, buddy? Oh, nope, you were trying to do that. Yeah, look, there's a bunch of them on that back branch getting warm underneath the basking light. That's funny. Looks like crickets like basking lights too. But yeah, that basking light is not powerful enough. That's for this top area. And then I'm going to get a larger one that will help to heat this bottom area a little more. But yeah, so that's pretty much the long and the short of this. I do want to point out that this is two 40 gallons that are offset. Right now I just have this like duct taped, but it's duct tape on the inside as well. But I'll get some plastic and attach everything with glue. And then, as I said in the last video, I will be painting over this area just to kind of, cover the facade and make it look, or give it a facade and make it just appear like, or cover up the fact that there's spray foam and wooden support back there. But I do like the depth of it, having that ledge. I've seen a lot of that kind of thing in other terrariums, but it's taking up usable space. In this case, there's really only about a 3-4 inch gap taken up, and then you've just got the corners up in the back. I like that it gave me a little more floor space. I got these things for super cheap. It was really fun to make, and I think it looks pretty good. It looks a little cheesy, but it's just perfectly flat there, and then you've got the overhang sticking out. It doesn't look that bad, and now that it's all painted, you've got these fake vine root things coming down. Once these plants grow up, if they grow up, once some plants grow up, you won't really be able to notice it all. And I'm thinking about, and put a comment in if you have an opinion about putting some kind of a vining plant, like a small, like an oak leaf fig. I've seen some people use something like that. I've never tried anything like that. Let me know, guys, if that's something that could be fun. Also, alternately, we'll see how this pothos does. If it gets big enough, it may just kind of drape down and cover that up for me. So to go along with this, because these are, let's get a better view here, because these are insectivores, at least to a point, I have created a little cricket colony here. I got 100 of them. I'm gonna go get some more as feeders while these guys start to do their thing. But got a nice little group here on the same soil, so they're used to it. They seem to be, you know, munching on the little leaf litter and stuff that's in the soil. They also obviously are enjoying the collard greens that I put in there and the grapes. Wow, they just ate the crap out of that grape, didn't they? So the grapes are for a little bit of moisture, so I don't have to water them. And then, you know, the collard greens, I'll give them lots of grains, anything that'll have calcium in it. And obviously I'll gut load them otherwise as well, dust some stuff, and then dust them when I put them in. All for the benefit of the animals, of the lizards, to help keep their bones growing strong. So, now that we have covered, oh jeez, the girdled lizards, let's go see if this guy's out. Probably not, because I've been talking. Oh, there he is. Buddy, here's Scorpion, relaxing in his little side hide here. I'm not sure how well you can see him down here. There he is. And this is kind of his warm spot to chill out. I keep saying he, I don't know if it's a he. But it's been a little bit nervous today because I had my kids this weekend and they're noisy and they make him nervous. Oh my gosh, look! One of my giant canyon isopods is out. I've seen a couple of these over the last couple weeks. They've been kind of here and there. It seems like they're really getting used to things and starting to explore a little bit. I have seen pretty consistently about every day some springtails. I haven't seen hide nor hair of the mealworms that I put in there, but that's okay. I'm sure they're in here somewhere. And as you can see, the bean sprouts are still growing. Scorpion occasionally takes nibbles off of them. And then the ones down there, oops. No, you can't really see. Let's pop this open. Don't get too nervous, buddy. All these are still growing over here. The one lentil that grew got its head nipped off. It's a little bit moist in here today, so the fan has been going. It's all the way up to 30, which is way high, but that's because it's rainy outside today and I had the door open for too long. The succulents are doing quite well. If you've watched any of the other videos, you'll see how much bigger all the little sprouts are that are coming out. The new ears popping out. And scapulosus is doing good too. Looks like the new growth is kind of taking over and the old growth is starting to die off. Part of that is that Scorpion has been tearing up this front portion. But that's okay. They'll grow how they're gonna grow. All right. It was a fun little update. You want to say goodbye, Scorpion? Say screw you. All right. Have a good day, everybody.